The faith for Yah is great. When times seem hard and things are rough, the faith for Yah is great. The people of the world suffer day by day. Them don't have no hope because them don't have no faith. But Yah sent his son Yahusha to die for a sin, that those who believe will live forever. Time seems hard and things seem rough. The faith for Yah is great. When times seem hard and things seem rough, the faith for Yah is great. They are our history, they are Yah's story. But Yah shall reveal, and we shall know the truth. Our eyes shall be open, and we shall be set free, and we shall be free. And time seems hard, and things seem rough. The faith for Yah is great.
What's up, YouTube?
Hi, guys.
Alright, we're back after some time now. And as I see in the title, first, let me know if you're hearing us, first and foremost. Do a phone, please. Thank you. Just give me a hearing check, please.
And just drop a one if you're hearing us.
Yeah. Let us know if you're hearing us so we can
Move on.
so we can continue. But glad to be back. Glad to be back. Let me see. Okay. So, I mean, we can just get right into it, but I mean, we literally start the channel by doing video, but we decided to do a live just to explain why we have been away. Right?
We've been missing in action.
Why we have been missing in action. Yeah. So,
I guess you can say this has been going on since last year. Whatever caused this year to just go downhill per se.
yeah, everything lead up to something. Guys, let me just say something to you before we get into what we're going to share with you guys. Like, just remember that whatever you're going through life, like everybody has their own problem, everybody has their own stress. Just don't give up, because I mean, life goes on. As long as you're alive, like, just don't give up. That's just the reason why we decided to do a live and not necessarily a video, because we don't want to edit out now. We just want to just talk with a pure heart. You understand? Like, whatever you're going through, yeah, shalom, Sister Tash. Just whatever you're going through, like, don't give up, man. Just fight through it. You know, especially if you're a believer. You know, just, I mean, if you're a believer, remember, you know the story of Job, right? And Job never give up. So, we're not going through nothing more like what Job went through. So just, yeah, so just fight through. We've been through it, man. I tell you, we've been through it over the last couple of months. You know, just come to share to you guys. So, it's not anything for you to enjoy or something for you to just take strength from, you know.
I don't think we can really go in a chronological order per se. So let's just say from about October, November last year, I didn't think I would get this emotional.
So, let me just say this. A very emotional topic we're going to talk about. We are trying to gain some strength to share to you guys, because we both of us are in our own therapy, right? So like say we go and talk to people out there who are in the therapy and anything like we go through things alone, through prayer of course. And we share, whatever all the story written in the Bible, people go through it and then it is written, right? So we go through our situation and now we are talking. You understand? So just understand saying very emotional what we are talking about and really entertainment. Necessary entertainment. You understand? And unnecessary views here are just something that we need to share with others so others can gain strength from it, you know, the viewer. No matter where you are going through, no matter where you are going through, as long as you're alive, just pull through, man. Let nothing get you done, not at all in life get you done. As long as you're alive. When you wake up, you see the light of day, you say, man, you don't gonna carry on. Yes, so I Shama go and gain some strength. Me, I almost lose my life. Like, literally, I almost lose my life. Like, some person, I think you're going to get us, so you're used to violence, or you're used to people that was gunshot after you. No, the man never get to me, the man never was gunshot after me before. Yeah, we can laugh right now, but person will think that, yeah man, you're born already, and I get to see used to people was in gunshot after you. No, we don't use them something that like, it's not the norm. You know what I mean? And I'll do about the inner city where yeah, gunshot was only them time they're going to be young. But none of us are from the first day. You understand? So, whenever I see nobody dead in front of me, you know they way. So, let me look over my shoulder, like, the room, me I see the closet, and me, like, me imagine somebody in the closet look for me. So, me have to wake up. Like, it sounds showish, like a show in Children of Nightmare. But if you never experience it, I wouldn't think it would be real. You understand? So over a month, not that long, probably 2 to 3 weeks, I couldn't really sleep comfortably. You understand? I couldn't really sleep comfortably because I just relive the moment over. The vehicle that I was in was getting, full of a bunch of people. Actually, someone died in front of me. So it rough. But of course, I'm a praying person, so of course, really badly praying and all the most that was keeping you. So even though in our situation, when shot with the vehicle that shoot or anything, I don't think we got you wish challenge. Because she actually have to face, never have to face a gunshot. I never feel that, you understand? But whatever illness she had to face it. You understand? Whatever pain she had to face, physical pain and emotional pain. And it's not easy. So yeah, and of course she will use it to just bring awareness to certain type of illness where a female go through. You understand? So I hope now she can share her part in the understand. So yes, I understand my part now. I'm not really going to detail what happened. But I can say is that, my life was spared. I'm glad me there, to be able to talk to you. But of course, it will take a while. It will take some time after YouTube because we never in the right sense of mind to go on YouTube. You understand? So yeah, that's really come on to my part. So somebody ever share his part,
And it's still an open investigation, so you can't really too much. Well, point blank, I was diagnosed with endometriosis and adenomyosis. It can be it. I don't really want to get into the Google definition, but many persons might think, oh, I just have painful periods. But it's not just painful period when it's your time on the month. It's more of a situation where it's not your time on the month and you're just in a pain. And it's not even say, oh, your back hurting you or your belly hurting you. Mine, I feel it in my back, in my legs, in my abdomen, migraine, all sorts of pain that you think you can have, I have it.
You just imagine how me feel knowing say, somebody I feel pain and I can't help. Like I one of the worst feel me can feel where somebody I feel pain and I can't help. Just imagine that, like that me feel helpless. you know, I can just laugh, I can look at the situation, just laugh like but in the situation me I tell you say, yo, me just feel helpless. Nah, like
I can say I started having more symptoms in terms of having pain outside of my cycle. I would put it back to last year, like late last year. So went to the doctor. First, they said they found a bladder infection. Apart from that, during intimacy, I was having pain, and at that point, I'm like, this really can't be normal. Fast forward January, we had the vacation vlog. I was on vacation. I was feeling pain. Had to be taking Advil. At that time, Advil could help me with that, uneasiness. After that vacation in January, did an ultrasound because the pain just wasn't going away. If you're having pain, it has to be something that's causing that pain. If your hand number just hurt you, so maybe in the night you hit it up, then you start hurting in the morning, but you have no recollection. But anyway, if you're having any pain, you need to go check it out. Anyway, so did the ultrasound. Ultrasound say, they see fibroids, the lining of my uterus, which is the endometrium, hence endometriosis. They see thickening of the lining, all sorts of medical and fancy terms. So after I got that ultrasound, the general practitioner that I was seeing, he recommended that I go to a gynecologist to see, how they can help me out with this. But even before that gynecologist visit, I went back to her like 1 week after that, after she recommended the gynecologist. And I'm like, I'm in pain. And she wrote 3 different painkillers for me to take because nothing was helping at that point. So yeah, I was living on pills. I was a pharmacy, walking pharmacy.
I mind you, we don't normally take pill. So imagine even if I'm not taking any type of medication at all, going to take in medication 3-4 times for the day. Right? So like at that point, like, my mad, my angry, like, and I say, what is, me can't solve it because, me like it, at the man, me like to solve everything, because now there's an issue, never solve it some way, somehow, never find some way to solve it, and then that happen. Me can't solve it, she have much more doctors to give. Then can't solve it, till then finally realize
it never did reach that diagnosis so quick. I went to the gynecologist. Of course, they ask you routine questions, are you sexually active? Have you ever gotten pregnant, or are you trying to get pregnant? Of course, answer to all of those. It would have been a yes. She recommended a second ultrasound. I don't even remember why at this point, but yeah, got a second ultrasound that was showing something similar but something different. Oh yeah, I remember now. So because they said they saw fibroids, she wanted to know, has it grown or is it the same size? So that's what the second ultrasound was for. So I did that ultrasound. It grew a bit. Of course, different technicians, they outline different things. So some may get into more detail than others. Fast forward again, did that ultrasound. I had to do an MRI because they said an MRI is, you can see more with an MRI. Bear in mind, these are not free. we have to be paying. Have insurance, yes, but you still have some amount of money to pay out of pocket. Some of the time my card wasn't working. Yeah, not gonna get into that, but yeah. So did that MRI. Yes, they confirm you and you have endometriosis. And what seems to be adenomyosis, and still see the fibroids or what appear to be fibroids. I'll explain why it appeared to be a fibroid further down. So did that MRI, went back to the gynae, and now we're gonna talk about in order to remove the fibroids, her specialty is to doing a open procedure, which is known as a myomectomy, to remove the fibroids. But I think she was entirely focused on what appeared to be the fibroids and not the endometriosis as well. So it would have been two different procedures for those. So I was talking to a high school friend who's a nurse, and she was telling me she was going through something similar, or she had procedures in the past with those diagnoses, and what her doctor recommended and all of that. So I started to learn about laparoscopic surgery, which is minimally invasive, tiny, smaller incisions to deal with the endometriosis. And if the fibroid is big enough, small enough, they can also remove it through that. So I wouldn't need a big incision. So that gynecologist, because she's not versed in laparoscopic surgery, she then referred me to a second gynecologist who specializes in laparoscopic surgery. So I went to her. She did her own ultrasound. I had to pay for that as well. Yeah, Baka ultrasound. So I had to pay for that. She saw fibroids again, and yeah, definite endometriosis. I think she put me on vitamin D3 and cod liver oil supplements for about a month before she recommended that I see her again. I'm not sure what the waiting period was for oil. I don't know. She said she wanted, what was it? It's something about reducing the inflammation it causes. She wanted the inflammation to go down, so that's why she gave me the supplements. So, and to be honest, they were working wonderful. I'm like, really, all I needed was vitamin D3 and cod liver oil. Trust me, they were doing wonders. I even stopped taking all 3 pain medication. I was down to just one. And I'm like, okay, this looks good. And then, bam, pain flared up again. Can't pinpoint it to anything, but I was still on the supplements, taking the supplements. Sorry for the rest of it in there. So I was still on the supplement, but the pain and the flare up, it kept happening again. I'm like, okay, I still had to wait at my appointment. But these doctors, it's like you have to wait months before you can get a free slot to get a consultation. So I had to wait all the time, going through the pain, going back on the pain medication while still taking the supplements, hoping for a miracle, that it work again, the pain medication work again. Anyway, go back to her. I'm like, I need to do the surgery. In that first visit that I saw her, the consultation, they had sent out my insurance thing for pre-authorization to see how much my insurance would cover should I do a surgery. So by the time I got back to her for that second follow-up, the pre-auth response had come back. So me sitting in her office, explaining that the pain is still there and that mentally I need to do the surgery because I can't have let me just simplify it. I can't have another painful period again. I just left it at that. And she's like, okay, how soon do you want it? I said, as soon as possible. This was Saturday. It was a Saturday, and they said, okay, Monday I'll reach out to her department at University Hospital to see the schedule, what it's like, so to see how best they can schedule it. So this was in June now. So the Saturday in June, sorry. So the Saturday in June, she told me all of that. Early Monday morning, like after 7, I messaged her and said, hey, remember to check the schedule to see, sorry, how soon I can get the surgery done. So she got back to me early in the morning as well to ask me about Wednesday. I'm like, yeah, I'll take Wednesday. Mind you, I was supposed to have a work function the weekend coming, and I'm like, yeah, I have to prioritize my health now. So that work thing about going to a hotel and conferences and all of that. But I'm like, the time is hot. I need the AC, but yeah, I need to prioritize my health. So surgery. Let's talk about surgery. Wednesday was a surgery. They gave me some information that I need to. She gave me some information that I need to read on the procedure. I was supposed to have 2 procedures: laparoscopic surgery and open myomectomy. So she gave me some information about what it is, what they'll be doing, as well as some steps that I needed to take in terms of using alcohol to clean my navel, shave, and all of that. Months before this, I knew I wanted a surgery. I was Googling, what to pack in the hospital bag. So my bag was already packed. Yeah, so we have surgery, which was June 24th. I need to breathe it.
This is like this. As I said, that we don't necessarily go to therapy and those type of things, right? So we normally use things like internally. So I think this is the first time she's explaining it to anybody. I think this is the first time you're talking like this to anybody, right? In full details, and it's like a therapy for her, just sharing this every step of that experience. Because listen, it traumatizes you mentally. I know she talk about the financial aspect of it. Every time you go to do a test, you have to pay a bunch of money. You have to see the doctor, you still have to pay money. So, but we never mind the financial side of it, because you can never save enough for this type of thing. But the good thing about it, like, we're actually saving. So with the financial aspect of it, we never mind.
You never burden us.
You understand? It's just the physical and emotional aspect where it really roughs, man. It roughs me, I tell you. Just from the pain you should have feel from last year. From last year, right? Earlier in the year. Sorry. From earlier in the year, you should have feel the pain, and then bring over to this year, realize the pain now go, the pain now stop. I want like what is. Then time to surgery. I'm like, oh my. Yes, you wanted the surgery because you want to have this. You want somebody to stop the pain. You want my to stop the pain. But I said, yes, okay, surgery. But now it's like, yes, surgery, but as soon as I get to surgery, I'm like, oh, surgery. It's like it started dawn on me now where the day of the surgery is coming, the day of the surgery come, and I'm telling me, I pray, man, so me, I pray. And I say, Father, it's about your will, you know what I mean? I make somebody gone in the knife and don't come back home. She close her eye, she will open back her eye. Me I talk to your Father, and I'm like, own it to me. You understand? There's no right and wrong way to talk to the Father. Long as you talk to your heart, right? It's like, because we just don't want to think about it being detrimental. It's like I remind myself, say, yo, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be like the most I have. Like, don't worry, don't fret. Even the day of surgery when we outside in the car park, because we not go home. We are hospital. We are you park up at you. We not go home. You understand? Me supposed to, well, I think I work from home at that point. You understand? But Me not work from hospital, me not go home. And they say, we get out the car and we just did it. I mean, I say, yo, me did it before she go in a surgery. I just want to do that as soon as she come out. We just want the nurse to tell me that she's out. Before the surgery, then we start make come pay money for the surgery, whatever. But I'm just saying, the financial aspect of it, we never mind. We tell you the truth. We never mind. I mean, that's the reason why you work. You take care of yourself, your health. We don't really think about the work to buy big this and big that. Yeah, we have care because of necessity why we have care. And because, on no health. But the reason for you working so hard, people have to take care of your own health and strength and mental and physical health. Believe me, I don't have to buy big this and big clothes and big that. So, not when I work, they lump some money. Just you want to enjoy yourself, but kind of just stay back some because you never know. You never know when something will come across. So you're going to need a nice piece of money to go fix yourself or, to get a quick surgery done or whatever. So just take and every dollar where you save, every dollar where you save makes sense, Every dollar where you save. Remember when I save $5 a fortnight, when the security work in from 2012, I save $5 a fortnight, and then the son is supposed to watch and we know say my back to school to go, So we make sure we set up a standard order with the security work, work for guard man every time, We set up a standard order where every fortnight they drop $5 at my pay, because say when back to school come, happen any because we know say when we younger, when back to school come, we know say my house I say, when my shoes and my car key, they were this, I say, we don't want to reach my son, So the point of me making that when you work, make sure you say you put up a piece of money, just continue to put up a piece of money. It have to be a lump sum at one point, a lump sum one time, just keep, I look go $2,000 there or $3,000 there, just continue to put it away, man, put it away, because trust me, I don't need it, life is not all rosy, we never know, say, somebody that for the surgery, we not safety, safety because when somebody is the surgery, that's not far be from me if you think that. But yeah, the surgery come and all right, let me say something. When Sham cried, me no want cry. And yeah, me a man, me cry. But when Sham cried, me no want cry. Me have to stay strong to Sham. So when Sham come out of the surgery, it's like I forget, say Sham just literally actually just use knife and cut Sham. Like, me forget. Let me tell you why. Because when the nurse come, I'm going to the room, me a jump again. We just want to say this. When we look at Sham face, me a smile. So me expect Sham to smile back with me. And me just see tears. And my expression just changed same time. Like I couldn't smile, come off my face. And it just hit me back. Like I was so glad to see the Sham come out. So me just start smiling. Look at Sham and start smiling. And I said, yeah. You understand? And yeah, that's kind of the thing I said. We can't laugh now.
Yeah, so day after surgery, bear in mind, in all our research and whatever, I don't know where the wires got crossed, but Arena thought that after the surgery, I'd go home. Because typically, an laparoscopic surgery by itself, they operate with a tiny incision, maybe like, I would say an inch, about that. They would make, and normally the person would go home after a few hours the same day. So I think that was on his mind as well. But I think it was the Monday I was telling him, no, I'm gonna stay, let's say 2 to 3 days, depending on how I recover. So there's that. So the day of the surgery, I go to the operating theater over by the fertility clinic, and that's where my surgeon operates privately. Well, or not to get parking. University parking is madness now. Yeah, continue. Yeah. So university parking is madness now. So or not to get parking. I found myself over there waiting. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just went there with my bag, waiting. Then I saw a nurse come out and said, she was smiling and said, "Oh, I'm assuming you're my patient." I'm like, "Yes," because I had the bag. So she assumed correctly. So I was taking her home to it's a ward area where they had the beds and the curtains. So they told me to change and all of that. Yeah, they told me to change and get comfortable per se. So changing to my gown, then a nurse came, they did the vitals, all of that. As soon as I ate, I didn't eat anything. The latest I had eaten was after 8 the following day. So stomach have to be completely empty. Couldn't drink any water, anything like that. So I did all of my vitals, and then I had to sign a consent form. Now on that consent form, they wrote, okay, you're gonna be doing laparoscopic surgery with an open myomectomy plus or minus a hysterectomy. Because if they open me and they're removing what they thought was fibroids and they couldn't contain the bleeding, they'd have to remove my entire uterus. So that would have been the hysterectomy part. It's when I was saying to that I thought things got real. Like, oh, what are we doing this? So after that consent, they pushed. Well, I walked into the operating theater because I was able to walk. Sat on the bed. They hooked me up to the monitors. Then I laid down. I was put to sleep. Don't remember anything, of course, until I woke up. You
Yeah.
probably remember more than I do with that time.
As I mentioned earlier, I said when the nurse came, I said she's awake and I went right here. The bright smile on the face, expecting she to smile back, like, realize she's not with my mom. So she was in a lot of pain at that point, but the comfort of just me being there, I realized that it was a calming influence on her. She just relaxed a bit and then she fall back asleep not long after. So it was, guys, let me tell you something. Some of you guys know us who are watching now that we live a very simple life. Yeah. And for this to happen within a couple of months, like me, on shooting, every time I mention it, like it just mind-boggling where I can't believe that place like that. Like the way I live my life, like men really there on violence and stuff. You understand stuff. But that happened where, actually we're shooting a happen like like shooting down to anybody. That's what I'm saying. But it's just a surreal moment where we just see shock every time we look at like reach this or maybe find the that situation. You understand? So for that man then somebody end up in a surgery. So it's like a whole 2 months of just not testing of fear, as I said. It's not hardship, but it was hard to bear. To be honest, it was hard to bear. The toughest time is for me, really, it's not Shambali doing this. Well, it was hard, but when Shambali come out, just I think what a week kind of 2 weeks now. Like she was in a lot of pain, like listen, man.
Last week.
A week before.
Last week.
Like she was in a lot of pain, like when you wish you can take the place there, like take our place, that's how we feel. Like we don't go one side just go scream, like just scream because we can't see she go do so much pain and we can't help. You know what I mean? They just go one side and just scream. I don't know if she know, just go one side and just scream. I don't find that. You know what I mean? And you have to bring her back to the doctor, get some more pain medication, and somehow we start subside. So right now, she not pain, but she don't know where for pain here. Yeah. You know me, but yeah. But, so that's our really our story still, while we haven't really, been on YouTube posting videos and post live and all that. Because we really want to show you our life, you know. And of course, we don't want to show you the ups and the downs, but those type of moments we don't really want to check on the camera. You understand? We don't want to check on the camera. Those type, yeah, we don't have the strength, we don't have the mental ability at that point to check on the camera. You understand? So we just decide, right now, we really want to check on the camera either. We just decide, you know what? Better we sit down and explain to you guys why we haven't been making any videos. And of course, as I said, it is like a therapy for us, whatever other person here. I don't just here for share your story. I appreciate you guys here. Let's see. Nathaniel. So it's not yet. So Nathaniel was here earlier. Tasha was here, and another person called Journey of My Life. So you guys who were here to hear our story, I appreciate it because I'm just saying this is like a therapy for us. As I said, we don't really go outside of us to talk to anybody. Of course, share my family. You're not alone. Share my family. And they also have mine, but at the first time, they actually go through that. If that makes sense. You understand? So, thanks, I don't know if you want to say it. I didn't really have much. I said, this one, they couldn't know why they did it. We didn't really have much to say after that. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I mean, it took me 19 years to get a diagnosis.
Okay.
So if you are going through something similar, you can at least go to your doctor saying, hey, I think I have this, what can I do? Tests and all of that. I did a lot of blood tests, yeah, as well.
I think some of those was, I don't want to say unnecessary, but it's like they're unsure of what they're doing. Because this is why, let me tell you why. Because if I go to the first doctor and you did a series of tests, you must have said, this is what you have and this is what you don't have. This is the way you move forward. But for you, from months and months, you go back to the doctor and go back to this, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like they baffled to what they, I don't know. I may be wrong, I don't know what it is, but I'm just glad it's when I think over, over, but
it's not over, it's a lifetime business.
It's there, they're at a stage now where for the first time in months, she cooked it. So you don't know me that shut it out. Me that shut it out for 2 months there. You know what I mean? Me that shut it. So yeah guys, I don't know. Probably you can do 1 or 2 videos, people challenge videos, save my brother and shop, probably.
All the medication and money probably about right now.
Yeah. So this is it from us. Yeah, guys, I say thank you for passing through. Those who come through never say hi to you guys. Those who come through and say hi to you again. If anybody has any question to ask before we go quickly, go ahead and ask it. I should have asked that. Any question that you have, let me give 10 more. All right, I was much to say. But anybody have any question, post a question quickly so we can answer it as much as you guys here. If those who are here have any question, feel free to ask. Let me see how best we can answer it. But it's just good to come here and share our story a bit. Because you know what I'm going. What I say. You tell everybody. Not here, not here. You ask me. Alright. So let's see if nobody have any question. Hey guys, take care of yourself. Guys, remember to pray. Like, listen, man, remember to pray. Remember to pray, guys. Don't get up with your bed at morning time and don't pray. It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense to live and you not pray. That doesn't make no sense. Because I know you make myself and I'm afraid. I know you wake up yourself, my friend. So when you wake up morning time, you know, you pray and everything. So somebody have a question I still something. So first, you are going to say, want to read that, Sham?
Appreciate the transparency and willingness to share. I'm super grateful to you that after all that,
You're doing much better than before. And most importantly, you're alive. All praise to Elohim. Sister Tash, love that man. Appreciate it. And let me just say, yo, Sister Tash, I wanted you kind of reach out to me and yo, bro, make sure you're good enough. You know, you reach out to me still not in a lie. I don't, you know, yeah, you know, mistake. I like, you know, do the thing on my own, but you never allow me. I'm kind of appreciate that. Kind of appreciate that because even Sham no mistake that you just lock off myself from everybody. Me have a little style, you know. But I'm bad habit. Yeah, but I just an habit, you know. No, I don't think well some habits are good, but that's one bad habit. But you know, Sister Tash never really allow me for just, you know, cut off myself. She just make sure so she always present and make sure she check on me. I'm a grandmother, I'm a mother, you know, my grandmother call me every single day. Hey, no man, below her man, my grandmother call me every day. And my mother call me, all right. Like, you ask me, all right, hey, this morning, like, what it do me? But she, yeah, but she know me never, all right. You get me? She know me never good. When I go through, I go through. They call me, nothing, all right. And she call me, man, nothing, all right. Like, you know, but so when I really loner, I say when I loner, I just really have this kind of habit to just stay by myself and just work the way I work through by myself, and then at an opportune time, like now we just come on the start. So and like we just shut off ourselves from people and then never talk to nobody. No, and that's not us. You understand? Sometimes it's just good for us to be like chill, you know.
oh, I forgot to say, it was not fibroids, by the way. It was just the endometriosis reached stage 3. So there are 4 stages. There was at a stage 3. So there's a cyst that developed so much that it appeared to be a fibroid to them on the image.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of upset, you know, when them lady doctor come and say, oh, do the surgery, but it wasn't fibroid. I said, man, yo, when the got ultrasound and Ray want to do, like, what she has said, I just the endometriosis got so big that it looked like a fibroid. And I said, man, I think, oh, want to wait the surgery, want to cut out for no company, you're ready to get mad. But then start understand what she was really saying. You know, you come to your senses and say, oh, what she want to say about it.
They would never know until they open.
You know. But I praise to the Most High. I say, for those who pass through, much respect. For those who are watching back on the replay, much respect. Just want to use this for just to guide. Anything at all you go through in your life, don't give up. Trust me, you're going to feel like you want to give up. Believe me. You're going to feel like you want to give up, but don't give up. Those who just have come through, you will kind of tell the story and we have kind of end. But if you have any questions, still leave it. You just have to say the last few words. Yeah, listen. Life not perfect for nobody. I'm a believer in the Most High. My wife also. It don't mean that we not go through tests. Job a believer, he's a more believer than us. And Job go through all in whole family in that. That's his wife. You understand me? I say, and as I read the story in the Bible, never give up. And the Most High rewarded me more. So whatever you have got in life, my people, my friends, my family, brothers and sisters, don't give up. It have a rough, it have a hard, you have a bad. Listen, go in your closet, lock your door, and scream. Yeah, man, shout out, man, bad to the Most High, go down on your knee, beg your water, run like a river, and cry out to him, because him alone can fix it. You get me? And so you've done that. Yeah, when me done that, yeah, we get up and go to Shabbat and talk to Shabbat and get ourselves straight. But if before me can do that to Sheen, me have to make sure I said me go cry, me go in there, closet, me go bar, me go in there, we go in there, kitchen, me go bar and say, you know, whatever prayer me talk to you Most High. And when me done talk to you Most High, we don't know when you if you put on a straight for me, we don't know what happened. We not tell a lie. Feel look better, and we can go to Sham, and we can then encourage Sham and say, boy, Sham, we can just, you know, pull you through whatever. So I just say, repeat the same 1 million times, but it's important to do so. Guys, whatever you have got you, I want to say it is rough, But as long as you're alive, you wake up at the end of the day, just give thanks. You understand? Remember, Anna, you make yourself wake up. Anna, you make yourself wake up, my friend. So, just this is something after this. So, we're just going to leave it to you. Yeah. Selector.
Hold
You
the
know,
faith, hold the faith, hold the faith, hold the faith, hold the faith, hold that faith.
When times seem hard and things seem rough, hold the faith, for Yah is great. When times seem hard and things seem rough, hold the faith, for Yah is great.
that's true.
The people of the world suffer day by day. Them don't have no hope because them don't have no faith. But Yah send His Son Yahusha to die for a sin, that those who believe will live forever. Time seems hard and things seem rough. Hold the faith, for Yah is great. When times seem hard and things seem rough, hold the faith, for Yah is great. They hide our history, they hide Yah's story, but Yah shall reveal, and we shall